So, my project will be on Jardin Du Luxembourg, particularly a favorite place of mine in Paris. As you can see, it's very beautiful with great open space, with many families, friends, other people walking around, hanging out, and living the Parisian life. Something I really fell in love with from the get-go, and that's what we'll be talking about today. So, Jardin du Luxembourg was created in 1611 by Marie de Medici when she purchased the land on the left bank of the River Seine. This place in particular stood out to me basically because of the history behind it. I could relate to so well. This place was made for Medici to feel at home and sculptured by in relation to the Italian Renaissance style of places like Florence, Milan, and all the places where she grew up for the most part, where she had to travel to France and was not particularly happy about being in Paris on her own. But for me, I related to this because it kind of shows that you have to make your home out of anything, really, anytime you travel, anytime you're going. And during this trip, I definitely felt there were times where I did feel homesick, and that I did want to make my own place out of Paris. The one thing I really got out of that was make myself blend in within the culture and really kind of immerse myself. And I think that's what she did. I think she really brought into a whole other aspect of this Italian Renaissance style into France that really changed a lot of places around Paris that are still apparent today. So over the years, Medici's idea of this garden kind of changed over time of what the use would be for it. As of now, it's very well known that this is the French Senate building. Also, the president of the Senate in France lives in the Jardin du Luxembourg as well, in the Petit Palace. Now, the history I can go on and talk about for days and make up kind of stories, but I think what made it interesting for me in particular was walking around and really seeing how the changing of the history changed from how Medici really felt about creating this place for her as like a home away from home. Yes, I'm still talking about that subject. But for me, I focused on the people within the Jardin that really kind of give me a sense of clarity about how important this is to Parisians. What I've found out from every day is that Parisians love being outside and not indoors due to the terrible air conditioning, especially during the heat. But even when it got cold, or even when it wasn't really particularly nice outside, people were still outside and hanging out and enjoying time with family and friends. And that kind of brought me back to this place where it was very comforting to walk around Jardin du Luxembourg because I did kind of miss my family. And then usually when I did go to Jardin du Luxembourg, I was accompanied by someone or some of my friends, which kind of made it the most of the situation. I did really enjoy walking around here, particularly some spots that I really love were the most popular areas. There's a video that I did not get of the Grand Alley that has the best view of the Senate building from way back where. Actually, one of my favorite album covers has a picture of Jardin du Luxembourg on it, which is where I kind of took the view from that really stood out to me. But I really did enjoy walking around here and having a sense of home that I think Medici was kind of feeling from hers. So I think that in terms of just being in Jardin du Luxembourg, it kind of helped me find my spot of just comfort in a place that I really was uncomfortable speaking and being around. And I think that this place is truly accepting in the middle of Paris of people, of locals, of tourists, and not necessarily people taking a bunch of pictures, but people necessarily like people just being in the moment, which I truly enjoyed. And to wrap up my video, two of my favorite places that are showing right now. This is the picture I was talking about from the Senate where I really like to hang out at with all the other Parisians, and then my favorite spot so far. And then also the Fountain du Medici is also the other place where I found that many Parisians hung out and just spent their time passing the day by, which I truly enjoyed. Aside from that, it was just a great place that I always remember and always have deep in my heart.